The Netflix live-action adaptation TV series of Avatar, The Last Airbender is steady moving ahead, slowly but surely. And even though production has had many setbacks, the creators and Netflix are dedicated to bringing an unforgettable first season. So, we're going to break down the live-action Netflix adaptation of Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Your entire life has brought you to this moment.
In case you weren't aware, in August of 2020, the two original creators departed the project, and since then, skepticism around the series escalated. On top of that, 2020 was a year of struggle for virtually each individual on the planet. So, the production of Avatar, The Last Airbender, did take many hits. But this is what we know for sure about the much-anticipated live-action adaptation of the amazing animated series. It was co-created by Michael Dante DiMartino and Bryan Konietzko. The animated series was one of the most popular cartoons of the mid-2000s. The series spawned an equally popular spin-off series in 2012 known as The Legend of Korra. If you need to get up to speed, both of those are streaming on Netflix internationally and actually broke a lot of records in 2020 regarding views and awards. The amazing storyline of Avatar, The Last Airbender. The plot of the live-action remake will follow the adventures of its animated counterpart, and we wouldn't have it any other way. For those who are behind the times in the world of Avatar, The Last Airbender, civilization is divided by state and culture amongst 4 nations. Named after the elements, the 4 nations are the Air Nomads, Earth Kingdom, Fire Nation, and the Water Tribes. In each nation, only a select few people, known as the Benders, can use their nation's element by using their regional martial arts and their fantastical telekinetic powers. The only user capable of using all 4 elements is the Avatar. Aang is the latest avatar of the Air Nomads. When he was supposed to have his traditional transition to become the Avatar, he ran away from Air Nomads. After sleeping for 100 years in the Avatar state, Aang is awoken by Katara and Sokka of the Water Tribe, and the harsh truth that the Fire Nation committed genocide on the Air Nomads, which leaves Aang the last Airbender. He also wakes up learning about war ravaging the world by the Fire Nation. So Aang, with the help of his new friends, must master the abilities of the remaining elements so he can use all 4 elements to bring harmony amongst the nations. The cast of Avatar, The Last Airbender. As of the making of this video, no cast members have been officially assigned to any roles for the series yet. But we were able to get word from the 2 executive producers, Michael Dante DiMartino and Bryan Konietzko, regarding casting for the series, albeit before they split ways. We're thrilled for the opportunity to helm this live-action adaptation of Avatar, The Last Airbender. We can't wait to realize Aang's world as cinematically as we always imagined it to be, and with a culturally appropriate, non-whitewash cast. Then, in January 2020, Daniel Richtman, who is a movie analyst and often has the inside scoop, posted that the series is looking for a mostly Asian cast and a 12 to 14-year-old to play Aang. Then we got word from Dante Bosco, who voiced Prince Zuko in the animated series, has always been pegged for a role in the upcoming Netflix series, but we are not sure if he will be returning as Prince Zuko. The players involved with Avatar, The Last Airbender, on Netflix. The most exciting news early in the project was that the original creators of the Nickelodeon series would be involved. This would surely hold true to the original animated series that all of the fans first craved, which would boast the series as of more an authentic series, rather than the previous live adaptation of Avatar, The Last Airbender, that was released in 2010. And, unfortunately, many people gave that film a thumbs down. And another downside is that the original creators, Michael Dante DiMartino and Bryan Konietzko, who were going to serve as the executive producers and showrunners, are no longer doing so. And if you didn't know, back in August of 2020, it was revealed that the 2 original creators had departed the project over what is thought to be creative differences. Well, we were able to get more insight in a letter from Michael Dante DiMartino as he wrote his thoughts on the departure from the project. When Bryan and I signed on to the project in 2018, we were hired as executive producers and showrunners. In a joint announcement for the series, Netflix said that it was committed to honoring our vision for this retelling and to supporting us on creating the series. And we expressed how excited we were for the opportunity to be at the helm. Unfortunately, things did not go as we had hoped. Bryan Konietzko also posted a statement on Instagram that read, "Though I got to work with some great individuals, both on Netflix side and our own small development team, the general handling of the project created what I felt was a negative and unsupportive environment. But on the bright side, composer Jeremy Zuckerman is returning to compose the music for the live-action remake. Jang Chol Lee will serve as a concept designer on the series, according to IMDb Pro. And this should please everyone, as his previous credits including Big Hero 6, Tangled, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and awesome computer-generated animation remake of Beowulf with Angelina Jolie. Plus, we can expect some outstanding graphics, even more as Dan Lin is listed as an executive producer alongside his company, Rideback. And in case you were unaware, Rideback is responsible for some huge movies in concert with Warner Brothers, like the Sherlock Holmes movies, the Lego movies, and It films. IMDb also currently lists Ryan Halpern and Lindsay Libator as executive producers. Production for Avatar: The Last Airbender season. In October 2019, Production Weekly stated that the show was still in active development and production was scheduled to start in 2020. But we all know of the ailment that came out of Wuhan and disrupted the world. In March 2020, Bryan shared a small and rather empty update regarding the live-action series, saying, "In other news, sorry for the lack of updates on the live-action adaptation of ATLA. It's been a slow process, slower than expected. But very exciting things are in the works on the project. Hang in there. We'll share some info as soon as we can. But there are more important things going on in the world. It is surely going to be a rough ride for the next few months, at least. So, again, let's all try to take care." Of course, production probably also slowed to snail pace, if not temporarily halted, altogether, as in August 2020, the original creators departed the series. This issue caused more criticism on Netflix's vision for the series. D. Bradley Baker, who voiced Appa and Momo, put in his 2 cents about the whole ordeal, saying, "I just don't know how you fulfill that any better than this show did. I'm open to whatever they do with the live-action series, which I know nothing about, but it's like, well, how do you do this better than the way that it was rendered on this show? I don't know how you do that. I hope you can." Expected number of seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender. The animated series had a total of 3 seasons, and despite there being rumors of a 4th season, fans' hearts were crushed when series co-creator Bryan Konietzko said otherwise. So, if Netflix opts to prolong the series, then each season might be split into 2 parts, which effectively will make 6 seasons, and that might please the fans. The release date for Avatar: The Last Airbender. Due to the coronavirus and the breakup of the creators and the current state of the film TV industry, a release date is a long way off. For the most part of 2020, they were in pre-production. And so far, it seems that production is off by miles away. So, we're probably looking at a release in 2022 if production woes and development kinks are ironed out with some haste. For all the movie and film buffs and Avatar: The Last Airbender fans, be sure to leave your thoughts about the live-action series in the comments section below. And as usual, show us some love by giving us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell.